Hello, Whovians. Welcome to another edition of the Who Knew News, brought to you by the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS for June 24th, 2021. My name is Christian Basil. I am the host of the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, and thank you for joining us. We've got a special guest here today, or actually two of them, one co-host and one from, well, a convention that is going to be taking place this weekend. But before we do, we're going to be going over the Who Knew News. We have two articles that come up. It's brought to you by sci-fi.radio, our friends again at sci-fi.radio. I'll go ahead and bring them onto the screen, and you're going to see our co-hosts come up as well as soon as I bring it up. But we're really excited about this announcement. Christopher Eccleston will be returning. Well, I should say not returning. He's going to be at MegaCon. He was originally scheduled last year to be at 2020. Unfortunately, as the pandemic had grown, so the conventions had canceled. But they have just announced a MegaCon, which is here in Orlando, Florida, at the Orange County Convention Center. Christopher Eccleston will be at the convention, so Whovians rejoice. He is coming out to the convention. Guys, what do you think? It's like, I don't know. I was hoping, fingers crossed, because I think most of the conventions are recalling their guests that they were supposed to have during the pandemic.
Yeah.
And now we were, fingers crossed, hoping that Christopher would come. What do you guys think there, Lewis?
I'm so excited for this. Is it a conflict of interest, since being such a Whovian and everything, actually having him sign 28 Days Later poster instead?
No, why not? He did that.
Because I love him. He is one of the greatest villains on 28 Days Later, like one of those kind of like zombie movies. You never expect the villain to be in there, and he does such a great job with it. Love it. Love it.
You know, I was mad because he was also a villain in Gone in 60 Seconds.
Yes.
And I ended up hating that movie, not because it wasn't really a bad movie. If you take it on its axis, like, you know, Fast and Furious movies, it was pretty cool. However, he was only in it for like, what, 5 minutes? Yeah. And I hate that, especially when they, like Matt Smith for Terminator Genesis, they made this big hoopla. Jessica, you remember that? They made this big hoopla that Matt Smith and Arnold Schwarzenegger going to, oh yeah, we have Doctor Who in Terminator Genesis, yes. And he was a silhouette.
Yeah.
He was a 5-second silhouette. I'm just, are you kidding
I
me?
mean, you recognize that silhouette, but still, it's not worth the hype.
Well, they gotta get the hype. At least like Karen Gillan gets Marvel, and she's in these multiple movies, and she's in Endgame, and you know, the Infinity Wars and all that. It's like 5 minutes, and he's just a hologram. I'm just like, and when they made the rumors that he was supposed to be in the new trilogy of Star Wars, and they showed the picture of everything, that he didn't even show up.
Yeah.
So
I heard he was supposed to, like, I've heard the rumor that he was supposed to play the son from the Mortis arc, which he looks like he has I heard that was the rumor of what he was supposed to be playing in Star Wars. And I was like, he's the brother? Like, this is so cool.
That would be
and
cool.
Then, right? I was like, because he even has the long face, and like, if you gave him the little streaks, and like, I'd be on board with that 100%. Like, let's do it.
Capaldi in World War Z as what do you call it, representative of Who?
Right.
I mean, come on, he's a doctor in Who. How awesome is that? And that was before the announcement too, so nobody had any idea what was going on, and it's just afterwards you just like, it's awesome.
So I'm warning you right now, HBO. I'm looking at you with the Game of Thrones prequel. If Matt Smith is only in there for 3 minutes, we're not on speaking terms. We're not friends anymore.
We want to see him on screen for more than like
3 minutes, and not a silhouette or a dream comeback. And unfortunately, we do have some bad news in the Whoniverse out here. Again, brought to you by our friends at sci-fi.radio. We lost companion Dodo Chaplet, played by Jackie Lane, who passed just recently. And she shares something with my father, unfortunately. She was coming up close to her 80th birthday and just passed a few weeks shy of it. My dad passed just 2 months. His birthday is February 22nd. He passed the previous year on October 22nd. So he was 4 months from his 80th birthday. So a devastating loss to the Whoniverse, Jackie Lane, who from what I understand, she didn't even attend conventions. which is very weird. I don't think I've seen her at a convention
or I think she did Gallifrey 1.
Did she?
Once. This was maybe like mid 2000s. It was right at the beginning of it, if I'm not mistaken.
Are you sure? Because it was just I could have sworn I read on Gallifrey 1 she was one of the few companions who just was invited and never did it. I could swear I could be wrong, and I think I just read that in passing there. But I just read a little bit more into this from our friends at sci-fi.radio, and she was actually tapped to become Susan, the daughter's granddaughter, daughter's granddaughter. Yeah, and she turned it down. Could you imagine that? And it went eventually to our wonderful woman, Carol Ann Ford. But could you imagine if she, Jackie, was the granddaughter of the WHOniverse right there?
Yeah.
But yeah, it is deep regret that we've lost Dodo Chaplet, and we wish her the best for her family and her friends. And you know, she was part of the WHOniverse, and where can you go wrong with that? And we're definitely going to miss her out there. So, without further ado, thank you for joining us for the news. I want to introduce you to our friends. First of all, the lovely lady over here, Jessica Womack of Song Swan Cosplay on the Instagram. How you doing, Jessica?
Hello. Lovely to be back.
Yeah, in fact, if you were able to catch us this past weekend, you would have seen Jessica there.
I love the river song, love. I love it.
The wind was so much, and it made that hair even bigger than it already is.
It's inflatable too.
Goodness, it depends on what secrets I was given that day and how many spoilers I have to keep in my head. So, like, the bigger the hair is, the more spoilers I have.
The bigger the hair, the more spoilers.
Awesome.
That is new. Okay.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. The reason why you're here is because of the gentleman right down below us. This is Louis Lacau. And Louis Lacau.
Yep.
Did I get it?
Yeah, you got it.
I'll never say it right.
Crazy French names. That's what it is, man.
Gotcha.
Crazy French names.
If you're watching this live on the YouTube channel, don't forget to hit subscribe and hit the notification bell. That's how you get all the latest updates out here. There's something in the little corner over here that looks like the Traveling TARDIS. You just hit that, and you hit the subscribe, and make sure to hit the notification bell so you can get all the latest down there. It's down there. We can't see it, but it's there. Knock it off, Louis. We want to introduce everybody to a convention that is going to be starting up this weekend at the Wyndham Orlando Resort on International Drive. It is, I love that hotel. It is just like in the middle of everything.
It really is.
Yeah.
Fact is, one of the biggest cool things about the hotel is that it's free parking. Mm-hmm. So that in itself saves so much money for anybody attending. And then on top of that, just the hotel is great. They've been able to work with us and all that stuff. And so for anybody that doesn't know, VilliCon is the name of the convention. And it is the first one of VilliCon. We're calling it Unleash Your Darker Side. And this is the first of many that we're going to be doing. This is the first of many lines that we're going to be doing for VilliCon. And each one is going to be completely different. We're going with that theme where it's not going to be exactly the same in any of the conventions that we do. And this one in particular, one of the big things that are really going to attract audiences and everybody, honestly, is Cosplay Wars. Cosplay Wars is basically like all those reality shows that you've seen, the baking shows and all that stuff, where they grab and have these little supplies, but these supplies are a bag from villains ourselves, Naomi Chusid and myself, the organizers of the event, and we hand chose these items for the difficulty to put together a cosplay. And these 5 teams are going to come together and actually build a cosplay from scratch.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
At the event. It's going to last about an hour total, and they have to finish their cosplay in an hour. And they have little twists and turns that we're going to throw and make them search for things in the convention hall. while
it's going to be like that chef show. Okay, your special ingredient for your cosplay is lobster.
That is exactly
you have to
what
add
we're
a lobster to your cosplay.
Yeah, that's exactly awesome. What we're going to do. And we've searched wide, and we've gone to Tampa or downtown Orlando and Miami to search for these ingredients that we want to include in Cosplay Wars, because we have pretty eccentric flavors in there. And as you can see, one of our beautiful mannequins, this is kind of what we're going for and what we want to see come out of Cosplay Wars. And we do have an array of judges that are actually going to be there to judge the contest. And the winners of Cosplay War will come back for our next convention to be the judges for the next Cosplay War.
Oh, that is cool there. Now, just give everybody just a little bit of a glimpse. What is VilliCon? What separates this convention from all the hundreds of other conventions out there, Lewis? What makes this convention different?
So one of the things that Naomi and I both have been attending conventions for a very, very long time. Christian knows this. He sees me all the time, everywhere. And
don't hold that against me.
And honestly, one of the biggest things that I saw was missing was Cosplay Alley. Why don't we have more cosplayers involved in not just in the convention itself? And instead of being like a side note, we wanted to make it the main focus of a convention. Right. We wanted cosplayers to be the primary focus, which is what it started out as. And we want entertainment. A lot of things that we saw over the last 2-3 years has conventions, you go there for 2 hours and then you're gone. And you're done with the convention because there's nothing else to do.
Right, yeah.
And that's annoying because it's like, no, that's not what we want to do. We want to be able to create friends. We want to be able to create new groups to be able to join together and really create those bonds that we want to do in a convention. So by doing Cosplay Alley, you're gonna be able to interact with all these amazing cosplayers that are some of them are first-time cosplayers, and we feature them as cosplay guests because we want to give them that focus. We want to make sure that they actually have that voice, which other conventions haven't given them. And honestly, creating that atmosphere with the panels that we do. That we have 2 giant rooms of 100 plus each panel. Room, and that's again continuing that entertainment that we want to have throughout the day. We also have the hotel is actually going to be serving food in the other side of the panel room, so there's a full menu, and it's actually discounted to the normal price that you would normally buy at the bar there, because we wanted to make sure everybody can afford it. Again, that's a part of that $5 cost for the tickets. We want to make sure everybody can afford it. And that's how our motto is for everything. We want to make sure this is for everybody, complete inclusivity. Any person can go to VilliCon and enjoy it. And that's really what we want to do.
And link is in the description. Links are in the description. Yeah, actually, links are in the description. I remember to do that. And if you want to get your tickets and info now, I just posted a link up in the chat, so you can just copy and paste over there. Not only this will bring you to the Facebook page to give it a like and to see all the events, but also you can get your tickets there. Let me see if we can click on the tickets. Yes. Can we click on the tickets? Clicking on the ticket and it won't click.
It should click to Eventbrite, but if not, then you could just Google search or plug in the link for it.
Okay.
Yeah. And also tickets will be sold at the door. Credit cards are preferred, obviously, because nobody wants to carry cash around anymore. Right. But honestly, we'll have both. We'll be able to accommodate to anybody. But honestly, just come out to have fun. That's really what it comes out to. Make sure that you're willing to stay all day, because you will be dragged into stay all day. There's a lot of stuff going around. There's a lot of stuff throughout the day. We're going to do cosplay wars. We're going to do a costume contest as well, just a standard style of that with a twist. And then we have our DJ that's going to be playing some awesome music all day. And people better dance, because we're going to have some fun dance songs, and all our cosplay artist. And Naomi's looking at me because I pushed dancing so much on another podcast, and she's like, everybody's going to think this is like a dance-off or something. No, it's I want everybody to enjoy themselves.
I mean, if the Deadpools show up, I'm pretty sure it will become a dance-off because we all know the Deadpool cosplayers. I mean, they're always in it for the mayhem.
We got Gotham Underground, so that's going to be amazing with that whole group.
Awesome!
Yeah. They're actually going to be part of the cosplay wars and beat the hell out of each other with those lobsters. Anyway, the event itself on there, it will be this weekend. It's just 2 days from now, this Saturday at 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. And tickets only $5, guys. This is really reasonable, really cool. This is for VilliCon. Don't forget your tickets. Tell them the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS sent you. Not only that, but speaking of the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS sent you, Jessica, tell us what you're going to be doing out there, because I won't be out there this weekend, but my TARDIS and Jessica will be out there. Talk to us about your panel and what's going on this weekend with the Traveling TARDIS.
Yeah, so I'll be representing with the TARDIS. I did not steal it. I don't know what you're talking about. But I will have the infamous traveling TARDIS from the Legends. So yeah, to take photos with everything else. We will have our booth, and I've been informed we're actually going to be near a life-size TARDIS. So once again, it's cosplay encouraging, and we've got a huge TARDIS next to our TARDIS booth. So like, you gotta come out in some nice Who cosplay, take some photos with us. It's great. And the traveling TARDIS itself, I'm excited.
We're gonna have TARDIS's is it Tardai? Tardy?
Tardai.
TARDIS.
Well, then you wouldn't have space. It would have to be TARDIS's because it's a acronym.
There you go.
Because if it was Tardai, you would miss the space.
True. Yeah.
So it would have to be TARDIS's.
TARDIS's.
Which sounds really.
We're gonna have a lot of tardy out this weekend. A lot of tardy happening out there. We got cosplayers, especially the Deadpools, whacking each other there with seafood. We're gonna have an all great time.
It's gonna be great.
And talk about the panel that you're gonna be doing.
Yeah. So to stay in theme with Unleash Your Inner Darkness, we are having a controversial in some regard panel. It's called The Doctor, Hero, Villain, or Something Else. So we'll be delving into the idea of, we've seen the Time Lord victorious and the Doctor himself, and is he really a hero with some of the things that he's delved into, or is he a villain, or, as the name implies. But really delving into those questions and getting input from the audience of what they think and what you guys think. If you're able to come out, come have fun. It'll be a blast. Honestly, I don't have an answer. So I'm hoping to come out of that panel with an answer, using our people in the audience for that conclusion. Definitely. Maybe we can make that a fun show.
Gotcha.
Yes, indeed. So yeah, definitely check it out, because there's going to be a lot of cool panels, and this is definitely going to be amazing. I want to kind of sneak in there and hide away for a little bit, because yes.
Now, where's Naomi? Can we see her? Can we see her in all her glittery glory?
Come on.
Yes.
You gotta join us.
You gotta join us. We're live there, Naomi. Come on. I think there's a free DVD now. Let's see it. This is Miss Naomi Chusid, the lovely wife of Lewis. How you doing there, Naomi? Princess.
I gotta rep it up, with a pink tiara to talk about VilliCon.
That was actually my tiara that she got for me for my birthday, because that and a snack.
Now, this is your first time show running an event like this. So what was the most challenging thing that you came across to put this convention together? Besides, why did you have to rub your head like a genie lamp to get that answer?
Oh, because I knew I was getting the blame for that one.
I think, I honestly, though, I think that the most challenging part of it was really figuring out where we wanted the focus to be. And then once we got that concept, because we were trying to go against I'm sorry, I missed the first part, so I don't know if you remember this. We were trying to go against the grain of the standard con a little bit, especially with the VilliCon concept. So I think it was like once we decided we were really doing that focus on cosplayers, it was okay, how do we develop that to its entirety so that everyone's going to really enjoy it? Not just the people participating in Cosplay Alley, but our attendees as well. So I think it was creating that ambiance and that experience that we haven't seen at a con before. So it was just really developing that out. And the fact that we are very different. I am a hardcore Aries. I'm like let's hit it and go right away. You know, I've got this idea, and he's more like details and grounded and bullet points. And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. That's just no.
Oh, tell the story. Tell the story of how we got this started.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
How you came to me and told us.
Yeah. So I literally came home one day. I emailed the venue on a whim, and I was like, do you have availability? And they were like, oh yeah, something else just got canceled. So if you want the room, you can have it. So I came home and literally was like, I put down a deposit and we're doing a con in 3 months. And he was like, say what?
Oh my gosh.
I was like, we're doing what? And I was like, yeah, no, I already went ahead. And he was like, what about the vendors, panels? What are we going to do to get started? I was like, yeah, that's more detail work. So that's kind of you on the operations side. I was like, I got us going. You just needed a kick in the butt to get yourself there. So
It is literally taking your husband who doesn't know how to swim and throwing him into the deep end and go, good luck to you.
I'm just like, rip off the Band-Aid. Because, he's a planner. And he was like, well, as part of the 5-year plan, we're going to get there in 5 years. And that was, I think, 2 days before I booked the room. And I was like, yeah, I'm moving up your plan. I don't care about it. So.
Well, it was within the 5-year timeline, technically.
Exactly.
I mean, it was within.
This is like pure woman moment where I was like, nah, I'm going to make this decision for both of us unilaterally, and you don't really get a vote. And then once it came to actually organizing everything and getting everything structured, I'm like, yeah, that's your job. You're good at that part of it. Like, because I'm like, it'll all work itself out in the end. He's like, no, structure, planning. And I'm like, yeah, details.
It'll work.
That?
Right, what's that? That's a little extra stuff.
There's no need for details. There's no details in baseball.
Well, I think that's where we compliment each other. The fact that I'm like, all right, we're going to do cosplay wars. We're going to go and we're going to hit it hard. It's going to be awesome. And he's like, all right, what are the rules? I'm like, all up here in my noodle. And he's like, no, it needs to get out of the noodle and onto paper. I need to see it.
People will need to see these rules. Just throwing that.
I'm a program manager. That's literally what I do.
But I think that they need that balance because he's literally looking at like everything. Like, all right, we need structure, we need plans, and he gets so deep into it. I'm like, we need pizzazz too. We need to make it different, and we need to make it different in a way that people aren't expecting. So it's like I come up with the idea, but like I said, classic Aries. I'm more like high level idea, and he's sort of like down in the weeds, but those like upper level ideas, he just needs that motivation to get going. So
Louis, I just see
love
this.
It.
This is what we're going to be walking around in, both of us. It's honestly, we want to give credence to obviously Pride Month. Yeah. And it's actually meant, and it actually, the proceeds for this for Michael's actually is going to One Pulse charity. So that's kind of one of the things. And we're actually going to have one of our nonprofits giving proceeds to Pulse as well. So the Pulse charity. So please pass by. Most of the nonprofits are in the hallway. Check them out because there's some cool stuff out there too.
I just see you, Louis, like, how like theme parks have a sign out front that explains what's going on throughout the day, but not Louis. He's going to have Naomi with a button like Marty Moose in Christmas Vacation. And you just push the button. She'll tell you everything that you need to know. That's how we're going to be running this
on the head.
He was like, "What?" Like he was like, "What do you want to do that day?" I was like, "What do you want me to do?" He's like, "Can you just go around and be you? That's plenty. I'll do all this back end stuff of getting everyone organized and managing." He's like, "You just walk around and make people excited because that is what you do and that is what you're good at." So
now
I got a unicorn tiara to wear. Like I'm big on the headgear, so I got a unicorn tiara to match my fluffy tutu because that totally matches the theme, but whatever.
And I got something to cover my bald head, like Christian mentioned earlier.
You got the shine going on right there.
We're coming close to the planet of Jupiter.
So it's not meant to be a beacon of like, if you have questions, this is the beacon.
Jessica, bald is sexy sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes.
Hey, it's the pictures of Gondor,
that's perfect. I was thinking Gondor as well. It's like, don't go too nerdy. It's fine.
It's actually really good though because our 3 kids, this is how they identify him in a crowd, the shiniest head out there. So they're always like, there he is. I can see the shine. So it's good.
You gotta own it. You gotta own it.
Oh, yeah. That's what I called it. Bald Box, one of the podcasts that we ran, because you know what? That's what it is.
Hit with your hand there, the hand motions. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, we were talking about VilliCon at one point. So no, Jessica, go ahead.
I was gonna say I have the opposite thing at conventions when I do River, because they see me because my hair is so big. They're like, "Oh, there she is," the little, because I'm short. So it's like they see this little bob of hair going through the aisles, and I will have so many people go, "We've been chasing you. We just saw your head," and I'm like, "Huh?"
Have the Jaws theme playing as your head is bobbing around.
In between little.
River song.
Yeah, it's great.
So aside from the
nose ready to go too.
Ooh, and it even makes noise and everything.
So you have different themes for the upcoming conventions. What themes were you planning on looking at in your 5-year plan for the Starship Enterprise?
5-year plan,
right? Yes.
Or is this winging it for Aries, for our Aries girl out?
Actually, I'm super excited about the next one that we're doing, January 2022. Our daughter actually, she helped us come up with the concept, because she was like, "I'm gonna create a con one day." And she kind of floated this idea by us, and we were like, we could do that next year. We're good. We got this. And she was like, "Wait, what? What's happening?" So the next one, the theme is actually nightmares versus dreams, because we wanted to be inclusive to the rest of the con community, because I think that was another challenge we ran into with a lot of vendors, where they were like, "We love the concept, but we don't really do villain. That's not what we sell." And some of the panel people reached out to us. They were like, "That's not really what we go towards. So call us back when you have heroes." So we were like, "All right, we don't want to do classic heroes, so we'll do the dreams versus nightmares," and then that's open for interpretation. So
yeah, and then we're doing it at the DoubleTree across from Universal Studios. And that venue is amazing if you've never been.
Yes.
And it's actually split down the middle. So what we're gonna do is one side of the convention is gonna be dreams, the other is gonna be nightmares.
Yes.
And it's actually gonna be a labyrinth on either side with a different theme to get to like the cosplay area and our celebrity guests that we'll be announcing after this convention.
I love it. That's great.
The nightmare section will have a labyrinth that leads to the only porta potty in the building after having a taco truck meal.
The only hint that I'm going to give is that I'm a huge fan of one of Jack Nicholson's works that has a labyrinth in it. So that is the only hint I'm going to give about the theming for one of the sides.
Does it have something shining in the top? I might as well just go with it right now.
Right?
I didn't think of that.
Again, if you want to check it out, let me go ahead and bring the image back up over here. One day I shall get this technically right. And
yes.
We're trying to ban
VilliCon, you can just go to the Facebook page. Again, the link is in the chat. You can just paste and copy it, or just search VilliCon, VILLICON. Unleash your darker side. Again, this event is only a one-day event, and it's only $5. You can do $5. You're going to go have some fun, and this is the first convention of its kind done by Naomi and Lewis. It's going to be taking place. Excuse me, that was weird. It's going to be taking place at the Wyndham Orlando Resort on International Drive. If you've never been there, it's a nice place. Parking is free. That is a big parking lot too, I've got to say there.
And it's the first one in Orlando since the pandemic, isn't it?
It's one of them. There's been
a couple.
Did something else slip in?
Yeah. Mystic Spirals did a convention back in, I think it was February, if I'm not mistaken, at the Wyndham.
Spooky Empire just did theirs just months ago.
At the Wyndham as well.
At the Wyndham as well. So, but the Wyndham's getting the mileage in after the pandemic, so lucky them.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
And it's a beautiful place. And again, the link to the event page, as well as getting tickets, are now in the chat. You can just paste and copy from the chat out there, or just go to the Facebook page of VilliCon and either copy and paste. I don't know why it's not clicking, but that's cool. And you can get the link from there. I've highlighted it in the I wish I could make this bigger. Can I make it bigger? Can I make bigger? No, I can't. Can make bigger? Make big? No, I can't. Oh, wait. Bigger. Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
Well, that was uneventful. So it's all right. Get that out of there. So definitely want to check it out there. We wish you the best for you and Naomi, especially first time conventioneers. This is going to be wonderful. We want to support, especially everybody who's trying to get back off the ground that the pandemic has pretty much shoved all the conventions under.
Get your convention high again.
Get your convention high.
Since the pandemic. Like,
exactly.
All right.
And only $5.
I know, that's great. I love it.
$5 you can follow Jessica around the convention hall looking for floppy hair.
Big hair.
Bouncing around.
Like, you won't miss me with that hair.
Right.
I'll wrap. We're about to wrap it up there, Lewis. But what? Just one final question, and Jessica, if you got one question for Lewis, go for it. But what is the most, aside from the cosplay? The cosplay was this. I was about to say face off. I don't know why I want to say contest, but that's not what you called it. It was cosplay.
Cosplay wars. Yeah.
Cosplay wars. Aside from the cosplay wars, what are you looking forward to in this particular event happening?
I love the music. Because we actually created a playlist with the DJ, and it is pretty epic. And it's going to make people want to dance, to be honest.
We're back to dancing again.
I'm back to dancing.
Jessica,
Can I do a quick PSA that this is not the High School Musical of the con world? I feel a real need to throw that out there. The last one we were on, he's like, we're going to sing, we're going to dance. I'm like, oh my God.
Was there choreography I was supposed to learn?
So, yeah. Just that PSA right there.
We're in high school and we have lobsters. We're dancing and we're singing a love song. We're beating the crap out of each other because it's cosplay wars. I can't remember. Okay. So, Jessica, did you have any questions or anything you wanted to say to Lewis while we got you on the line there?
I don't think so. I'm just really super excited. And I think your excitement's also infectious. Like, I was already excited and now I'm like pumped. So like, I'm like really excited for this weekend. It's gonna be really great. Yeah.
So,
but no, I'm so excited. Yeah.
And we're gonna be walking the floor too. We're gonna be make sure everybody's pumped up and ready to go. We're both big cheerleaders, and yes, we'll be wearing skirts for cheerleaders too. Which, if anything else, if nothing else, you want to see a guy in a tutu walking around with a jackass hat. It's the greatest thing.
Tickets just went up to $10. Naomi, is this something you made up at the spot, or is this something he's already got planned out ahead?
Oh, he's got that planned out ahead. It's just the way it is. But I will say the thing I'm looking forward to most, besides Cosplay Wars, which I'm so excited about that, is actually the burlesque show.
Yes.
With the sirens. I'm so excited because
wait. Excuse me. I'm not going to be there, but nobody mentioned about the burlesque show. So tell me.
Did you not mention the burlesque show?
No.
It is a special after party, quote unquote, that the Speakeasy Sirens, we actually met them at a costume theater company that was going out of business, and they were like closing their doors, and she was like, hey, I run a burlesque group. Would you like us to do a special villain themed show for you guys at the end of it? We're like, yeah, I mean, let's sign the dotted line now. That's the good part about being in control. I was like, nope, no consideration needed. Let's go for it. And they're super great. They've got a booth there all day. They're going to be in costume all day. So that's really cool. And then, yeah, they're doing an hour-long show, especially for VilliCon. Won't be available anywhere else. So
yeah, that's going to be amazing. Yes. That's our after party between 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. And that's going to be one of the panel rooms is specifically for their after party show.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Naomi left that out in the details. Maybe I should come, but I got to take care of some family things this weekend, so I will not be there. But fortunately, the Traveling TARDIS will be there with Jessica and her floppy hair.
Yeah.
And if you want to geek out Whovian style, I believe. What time is your panel? Do you know offhand?
I believe it's at 6.
I believe so.
15,
okay.
6 o'clock-ish.
6 o'clock, yeah. 6
well,
o'clock.
You can also check out the events page as well.
Time travel. I don't usually look at the
time travel. Yeah, it will be posted there. I'm sure of it.
Yeah,
So
we're
Louis-
looking for at 6
Website with
o'clock.
the description. Yeah.
Got it. Lewis, did you have anything you wanted to say to the audience before we go and then wrapped up this Who Knew News?
Honestly, just I want to see everybody out there. We want to have a great time, not just at this one, but our next one as well in January. So check out the website, follow the Facebook group, because we're going to be doing a lot of events in Central Florida and beyond in the future. And we want to make sure everybody gets that entertainment factor for an affordable cost and being able to expose everybody, including cosplayers, even further. So if you're a first-time cosplayer, come out. We want everybody to come out. I don't care what your cosplay looks like. If it's still a work in progress, bring it out.
How dare you say that to cosplayers?
Hey, we
will have
everybody to come
everything
out.
put together.
Well, they will. It'll just be the last 5 minutes right before the convention starts. Speaking as a cosplayer, I've totally sewn things right before while it's on my body. And crap, I've got to get in there. Okay, it's fine. Oh, I'm bleeding. Cool, that's fine. It makes it look more authentic.
It's more authentic. She sews it to her skin.
Yeah, it's great.
Is that blood? No, I'm
That's
dead.
another cosplay.
That's for
exactly.
That's for the VilliCon. There you go.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Comes back around.
We just circle all this conversation. It's perfect.
Well, we want to thank everybody who joined us here over at the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS for our Who Knew News segment. Catch us every Tuesday, and I want to let you know not this coming Tuesday, but July 6th, we are going to be taking a break. For the better term, Melanie and Dave came up to me and said, "You need a break," and I said, "I guess I will need a break," because I don't think we've taken a week break since the year started. So we're going to be taking a break for everybody to enjoy the 4th of July. Or I didn't realize, and there's an Independence Day in Canada as well. So we're going to be taking a break Tuesday, July 7th, July 6th, but we'll be returning the following week every Tuesday for Wizard World. I want to thank you again for being with us here at the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. I want to say thank you for choosing us.
I mean, that works
too. Choosing
too.
us, if you've been watching us, and we appreciate your time there. Lewis, Jessica, if you can hold for about 20 seconds after the show, I'd appreciate it. And please stay safe. Jessica, we'll see you at VilliCon. And always become part of the legend.